Some people love to run. It gives them joy and a feeling of accomplishment when they reach the targeted distance or complete the desired time. One such person with a passion for running is Seko Francis. But he wanted to spread the joy of running. And so during COVID-19, he came up with the Run SKN challenge. This national is joining us from Virginia to tell us all about it. Good morning, Seko. Welcome to GMSKN.
GMSKN and everyone else who's tuned in.
I love that greeting. We need to use that as a bumper or something. Love it, Seko.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the Run SKN challenge. How did you come up with the idea?
Well, St. Kitts is always on my mind. When I'm running, I'm always thinking about the distance in terms of St. Kitts. And so I wanted to do something that would get people active during the pandemic. And I wanted to reach out to people in St. Kitts and Kittitians and divisions all around the world. And this was one way of doing it. And everyone was online at that point. So it just seemed to connect at that moment. So I put it together and that became what it is today.
Okay, so just as a follow-up here, you're saying that you're reaching out to Kittitians and divisions all around the world. So this challenge wasn't specific to, say, the physical location of St. Kitts and Nevis, if I'm understanding you.
No, it's actually designed for people wherever you are in the world.
Yes. Wherever you are in the world. Okay.
Yes, wherever you are.
So what are the participating categories, if I may ask, in this challenge? And is there only one winner?
Anyone can participate. Any and everyone can sign up to do the Run SKN challenge. Okay, there is no fee. Just sign up on whatever app we're using to track the run and be a part of the run. Last year we had one winner. This year we decided to do something a little bit different and have overall we had a female winner and a male winner. But as it turned out this year, it didn't turn out exactly like it did last year, clear cut. This year we had the top 7 finishers being women.
Ooh, I love
Well, that's
that.
an accomplishment.
So,
Yeah.
we only had one winner, a male winner, but, we try to, fix it so we could have a male and a female winner. But the women showed us this year that we didn't need that.
We got the muscles.
All right, so
Yes,
Seko, we're talking about the challenge, but I'm not sure that we have as yet a clear picture of what the participants have to do. So why don't you tell us?
Okay, you sign up with whatever app we're using to do the Run SKN challenge. It's the run starts on the 1st of August, which we know is Emancipation Day, and it finishes on September 19th, which is Independence Day. 50 days. 50 days, and we're covering 100 miles, 104 miles, which is the distance around St. Kitts and Nevis combined, not the road distance, the land distance.
And you put a lot of thought into this.
A lot. And I didn't want to make it too hard, so I had to come up with, something to make it doable. 50 days to cover 104 miles, broke it down to about 2.08 miles per day. And I figured that most people could get that done if they broke it down to 1.04 miles in the morning and 1.04 miles in the evening.
As Jamie said, you really put a lot of thought into this.
I really, really wanted to get people active.
That is so easy for me because if you remember St. Kitts and Nevis, that's literally like running from Gillard's to maybe the Koi building and back. That's your 2-mile distance, and you can do that in roughly 25 minutes if you're good, if you're running at average pace. So you're good to go, Seko.
Yes.
I learned from experience. All right. So could you name the winner of this year's competition or challenge?
This year's winner is Chantel Jones. She did it in 4 days, 19 hours, and 36 minutes. That was very fast.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Was that a record?
That is the fastest time since we've started doing it.
Wow.
Wow,
I
that's
wonder if I
incredible.
know Chantal, so I can say I know the winner.
I want to meet Chantal.
I
Oh,
want to see you guys
wow.
race. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. So how many persons exactly participated in the challenge?
This year we had, I think, 56 names on the roster, and
Okay.
as of last night, I think 17 people completed the run.
Oh,
Okay, that's incredible. And it's something, I'm sorry that I'm just now talking to you because it's something that I probably would have done had I been more aware of it before because it's
Good
actually quite
news, sir. Good
achievable.
news. Good news.
Okay,
Next
hit
year.
me.
Next year.
Next year.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you to commit right now.
You're gonna ask me to commit right now. Okay,
yeah.
well that's doable. I might actually, yeah, I'm gonna see if I can. I won't make it in 4 days. I'll tell you that now.
You have
But
50
definitely by the
days.
50 days. Yeah, that's quite achievable.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yes.
what can you tell us are the objectives or the main objective of Run SKN, and are they
Run
being
SK
achieved?
Okay. To get people active. We all know the benefits of being active, and a healthy community is important to every one of us. It's
Absolutely
just
right.
that simple. We want a healthy community.
Yeah.
This is a rather fun way to think about getting people active, I have to say, and I love the 50-day challenge. Do you have any other ideas up your sleeve, for instance, as to how you can get people active? I know we're talking about Run SKN,
Yeah.
but since I
Mhm.
have you here, I'm just curious. Because I'm sure your mind
Well,
doesn't
I
stop
mean,
working.
I'm glad you asked because eventually, hopefully, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that one day we can actually do a Run SKN on St. Kitts and Nevis where we do the physical miles in person around St. Kitts and around Nevis.
Oh, wow.
Because,
Okay. Yeah, keep going,
yes,
Seko.
in that way, people can see people doing it because I think visual is important. And if someone sees someone doing it, they just might be inclined to get up and move. And the point is to get people to move.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I have to say, I'm thinking Run SKN, but I'm sure that
Uh-huh.
you'd have some walkers in there as well. So if you want to throw it out to them, you might be able to do that.
I was gonna
Okay,
ask
the
that
one,
question.
yeah, we say run, but I mean, you don't have to run. You can walk the entire distance.
Do you think the objectives of Run SKN are being achieved?
Yes.
Okay.
When I started with SKN, my intention was to get one person off the couch.
I got it. I got it.
And as you can see, we've passed that one person off the couch.
We sure have. That's
Yes.
very good.
All right. So when did you begin running? I think I asked you early, but when did you begin running, both competitively and for the fun of it?
Okay, for the fun of it, it started as a kid. Keon Primary School, sports day, the best day in the world. Track and field.
Of course.
Yes. And then you go on to Keon High School, same thing. So running has always been there. My uncle, Uncle Austin, he would wake me up in the morning and take me on runs from Keon to Bastia and back. Yeah. So as I said earlier, in my head, when I'm running, I'm going from Keon to Bastia and back. And then I go to Mansion and back in my head.
So you're
That's
logging
where
those miles as you go, and you're visualizing
yes,
where you are.
yes, yes.
All right.
So running has always been a part of me. And I've seen the benefits of it in the last few years because I took a break. And then I realized the benefits that I had lost from taking the break.
Let's
And
talk about those.
health benefits, health benefits, health benefits. You become slower, more, you don't feel as strong as you used to when
You
you
don't have to tell me
stop.
twice. I
And
know.
I got back into it and I noticed the differences in it. And I wanted to let other people know. And, one way to get people to stay active are challenges. People love challenges.
Yeah, we do. We
Absolutely right.
certainly do. Yeah.
We love challenges. Maybe one day we'll get someone to come aboard with a big sponsorship and put something nice over the top of the challenge and get everyone to move.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw this out to you, but I don't know if you want to contact them or whatever. But we've talked with SKN Moves several times. So you've got SKN in your title. Perhaps you'd want to talk to them and see how
Yes.
maybe they can collaborate with you. and make this something that everybody can participate in, because I think it's a great idea, Seko. I really do.
Thank you. I am open to working with everyone.
All right, good to know.
Mr. Francis, some of us complain that, or some documentary may have said that running is bad for the knees. How true is this? And for those of us that would like to run but have a little rough knees, or I should say bad knees, how does one deal with that?
First, speak to your doctor, because I am not a doctor, so I can't give you expert advice. I can only give you my personal.
Okay.
My knees aren't bad, and I've been running long distances for the last close to almost 20 years. Okay, on the road, on the trails, whatever. You're going to feel pain. And if you feel some pain in your knees, like I said, go and see your doctor. A lot of times, the pain is not even so much about our knees, it's about our overall physical being. You want to go out and run 15 miles and you're not fit, you're going to feel pain.
Okay.
And we
First
take
of all,
that.
let me say, sorry, go ahead.
Sometimes we let that pain turn us off from running, and we make it worse than it is sometimes. So, as I said, go see the doctor. They'll tell you.
I have to say, if you're going to run 15 miles,
Using some crutch or something, yes.
if you're going to run 15 miles and you're not in shape to do it, I got to say, you got to be crazy. First of all, because you're not going to make it. At least
It's
not
going
in
to
one
hurt.
go.
It's going to hurt you at some point, Yes.
You got to train. I would say my experience, Seko, has been, and this happens when I start running again. If I run on the road or the sidewalks, which are very harsh on the knees, to be honest with you, it takes me a while to acclimatize. But after about maybe a week or so, then I'll be fine. To be honest with you, I don't even feel it. But in terms of Cortensi's question, what some people say, I think a doctor had said to me at one point, Dr. Mervyn Laws had recommended that I run on sand as opposed to running on the hard surface, because that may help. We have a lot of beaches here. Let's be realistic. We've got a lot of sand. So there's no excuse, right?
Well, whatever works for you. Some people are comfortable on the concrete. Some people are comfortable on the sand. Some people are comfortable on the grass. What you shouldn't get comfortable with is sitting down.
I love it. Absolutely right.
So for some of us that are not experienced runner like Jamie and yourself, how can we prepare to begin running, or to say, okay, I'm going to take on running now? What do we actually do?
Start walking really fast.
Okay. And then eventually.
Every now and then say to yourself, okay, I'm going to try and run for 5 seconds.
Okay.
And do just that, 5 seconds. And work on that 5 seconds over time until you can do 6. And keep building on that. You have a lifetime. There's no rush. It's not a race to some finish line. So you get up and you go every day and you do a little bit here and a little bit there whenever you get the chance. And sometimes we don't want people to see us doing it. Well, put that pride down, because that pride is going to hinder your fitness and eventually your health.
You've got that right.
Is that correct? Because you don't want to run slow for someone to say, oh, he or she just wasting time. Why they don't come off the road and leave?
Listen, I don't even care, to be honest with you. And I'm listening to you, and you remind me of so many people that I've talked to who are engaging in this activity. And it's like, it's a mind thing. You've got to visualize it, and you have to know what works for you. And you've got to develop yourself regardless of what's going on around you. And
remember why you want to do it in the first place.
Absolutely right.
Why do you want to do it?
I want to pick your brain a little bit, Seko, because I have read, and I do believe that it does exist, that there is such a thing as runner's high. Have you experienced that?
Runner's high. Okay. There comes that point in the run when you forget about the pain and you're enjoying it. I don't know if that's what they call the runner's high. Okay. But I've experienced that. But at some point you go back to feeling the pain. So I guess that is a high away from the pain of running distance.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. The way that I interpret it, and this is what I've experienced, it releases feel-good hormones, and so it's addictive, and you want to keep going back. So you do it today, you want to go further tomorrow. You want to build that skill set, and it's really addictive and very easy to get into, to be honest with you.
But and do you get it every time you run?
Yes, because there are times when I'm running, it depends. Like if I have to run before I go to work, which is probably most people, They're like, we don't want to be late for work today, so we're going to run really fast, and we're checking the time. If you do it on a weekend when you don't have to run, to work that is, then you'll definitely take more and maybe go the distance. And I mix my runs in between, short, longer, that sort of thing. Hills.
Well, that's important. I'm glad you said that, because some people think that you have to run long distance to stay fit. You use the time you have.
Absolutely right. All right, very quickly, Seko, we've got time for one last question. What's next for Run SKN? How can people sign up for next year?
The next step is to let as many people, and it's not just Kititians and divisions that this is open to. It's open to people who love us. So it's for everyone. The next step for us is to get Chantel her trophy. Yeah. As we do present a trophy to the winners. And we are preparing for next year, which is always going to start on the 1st of August. And hoping for open, partnerships with people like you guys.
All right. Lovely.